大谷翔平選手サイクル安打未遂、惜しかったですね。しかしホームランのペースはいい感じですね。本日は MLB 公式番組にて今シーズンの大谷選手の成績に触れられていましたので、そちらの動画をご覧ください。
Welcome inside the Red Chair Theater with Albert Pujols, Chris Young, Matt Vasgersian. We take one game in this segment of the show and we break it down soup to nuts. And we have selected the Dodgers series opener in D.C. Of course, the Dodgers go off as big favorites in this one. They've got Dustin May on the mound. He was so impressive in his first start in over 2 years. Let's get right to the beginning of it. Top of the first. We hate to bore you, but Shohei Ohtani cashed in, gets rid of the 0 for 7 that he was mired in.
Yeah, the guy goes 0 for 7, didn't have a hit in a couple games. It's like, what's going on with this guy?
That is the fastest single of the season in terms of home to first time, 4.37 seconds. Next batter's Mookie Betts, and the Nats are out of danger. Mackenzie Gore, after that big strikeout outing and his lid lifter, really good again tonight. Josh Bell in the second draws a base on balls against May. Paul DeJong is next. Base hit. Uh-oh, something happening here. Next batter is Jose Tena. Tries to bunt Bell over. Will Smith gets him at third.
Oh, that's good defense right there. I understand the play, trying to get the bunt down. You're trying to find a way to manufacture runs, especially with the offense of the Nationals. Will Smith does a great job being on jump right there.
And now it's Dylan Cruz. Off to a slow start, as you see. Under Mookie. DeJong scores. And another National is thrown out at third. So not even 2 innings of baseball, and the Nats get 2 runners thrown out at third base.
Yeah, sometimes with great teams, if you try to force the issue, they'll show you why they're really good teams.
And then James Wood would reach on an error by Miguel Rojas. The Dodgers did not play a clean start to this game. Errors, bases on balls. Nationals have a 2-0 lead. Top of the third now. Max Muncy. Liner for Alex Call. We saw this play earlier. Great diving catch.
I mean, to be able to make that play right there, you got to get the jump, like you said, Albert. You got to be able to get jump, and you got to be convicted, because if you're in between right there, that ball goes all the way to the wall.
And how important would that catch be? Well, there would have been 2 men on in front of this. It's still a 2-run homer for Shohei, his 4th of the year, and the Dodgers tie it at 2. Take our first break in the highlight rip. Shohei Ohtani's numbers this year are somehow more impressive than when he won his 3rd MVP award in 2024. He's hitting it harder. He's more patient, not chasing. Walk rate's up. I mean, is this sustainable? Is he going to finish with better numbers than last year?
When I see the numbers, especially the walk rate and the lower percentage of swinging at the first pitch, maybe he's being more selective, or sometimes when you're coming off of these amazing years, you continue to do amazing things. AP, and you can speak to this maybe, when you come off MVP seasons, do you find yourself feeling your way through the beginning of the next season to try to see if guys are even going to come at you or not? Or is that something that you try not to allow?
No, I didn't. I didn't think like that, but early in the year for me it was about seeing pitch, because you break camp, sometimes you don't get enough at bats and you don't feel comfortable, for the season. So for me, I don't know if this is the case for Shohei Ohtani, because he's having a good year so far. But I think, seeing pitch, he probably doesn't feel as comfortable as a play. And in my case, that was it. Like, I was a guy that I always like to see pitch, especially my first at-bat, because I always feel like if I can get 3 or 4 or 5 at-bats, and pitch, and I got it off that guy, then my next at-bat might be able to help me out, because I already saw his sinker, his curveball, his changeup. So later on, that would have set up the rest of the game.
And it had to be frustrating for you, because you're on a very short list of guys that your last name was like an adjective for, like the Pujols treatment,
yes,
the Bonds treatment. Like, you're coming off of one of your 3 MVP seasons, and nobody wanted anything to do with you, and you're just trying to track pitches early in the season.
See, maybe, but I think that as a player, and see why I can speak for this, that's the last thing that you want to think about it. Because I have a good hitter like Yadier Molina, behind me hitting fourth sometime. And but my set of mind was like, I'm hunting my pitch. If it's not there, I take my walk. But if it's there, I'm ready to go. And I think the mistake that we make as a player sometimes is thinking about, oh, they probably don't going to challenge me. And they do challenge you, and you're like, oh, I'm in the middle now. What are they going to do? So I think my mindset was always like, hey, I'm hunting my pitch. If it's there, I'm going to put a good swing. If it's not there, then I'm going to take my walk.
Let's go back to the highlight rip. We pick it up with the game tied 2-2 after the Shohei homer. And we'll get back to the highlights. Mackenzie Gore was really good, as we mentioned. 8 strikeouts for him tonight. He had 5 of them on the curveball. Top of the 5th, and he faces Ohtani for a 3rd time. Earlier, it was a slider in the dirt. A slider that didn't get called for a strike, and then a heater that was turned around for a 2-run dinger. So in the 5th, he starts him with a heater. Another heater swung on and missed upstairs. Boy, and that slider almost gets out.
Yeah, when he hit it initially off the bat, when I saw it go up in the air, I'm like, he just got him again. And it wasn't the wrong pitch. It was just the wrong execution. He missed over the middle of the plate.
Mookie Betts then with a ground ball to end the inning. It was an interesting couple of at-bats to Shohei, right? Slider, slider, heater, 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 slider. And it was almost 2 homers. Mackenzie Gore was really good. Here's the curveball success once again. And, this is a guy with all the pitches. He doesn't just lean on his curveball for strikeouts, but that's what worked for him tonight.
Yeah, but the reason his curveball and breaking ball work so well is that he's able to throw that fastball in the righties, which opens up everything for him.
James Wood, opposite field. 2-run shot.
Man, James Wood is a special talent. I remember seeing the crazy minor league numbers he was putting up. Now getting an opportunity to do it at the big league level, he's well on his way to being a great player.
Yeah, we wanted to pause it here, Albert, because look at where the homers are coming the other way. I mean, that's got to be a thing of beauty for any hitting coach to see.
Especially for a young hitter, to be able to do that and drive the ball the other way and put it in the seat. I mean, not concerned about pulling it, because as a young hitter, especially early in your career, you just want to be a pool happy. And for him to do that and hit the ball the other way and put the ball in the seat, that shows you that his power is more left center than pulling the ball.
Boy, is that impressive to watch for a 22-year-old kid, CY.
Yeah, to see him be able to drive the ball the other way, the way that he does, it lets you know that he's a polished professional hitter. Granted, he still has to make some adjustments, and I understand that. But the power is going to continue to develop. This is a 40 home run player. The way he's going to get to the 40 home runs, he is going to start pulling home runs at some point consistently. But I think it's much easier for a guy who has already learned how to drive the ball the other way to learn how to be a more aggressive, get the head out a little more, and pull some homers, as opposed to the opposite of the guy who's pulling balls down the line and that's his only supply of power. That guy does not know how to drive the ball the other way. So I will take this version of James Wood as far as the starting point any day of the week for any hitter.
Impressive. Let's go to another impressive young Nationals outfielder as we pick up the highlights again. That's Alex Call. Made a great diving catch earlier. More opposite field hitting. This one to the gap in right center. And the next batter's Luis Garcia Jr. So we saw 2 Nationals get thrown out at third, and we're about to watch a National get thrown out at the plate because Call paused. He didn't trust that ball was going to get down. That little hitch, that hesitation, cost the Nationals a run.
Yeah, right there with 1 out. That's the only time that you find yourself in between from time to time, because where he can't be overly aggressive. It cost him right there.
Keibert Ruiz is next. I've been calling him Keibert for 5 years. It's pronounced Keibert. And the Nationals lead at 6-2. Let's give the guys some respect. Top of the 8th, Dodgers trail by 4. Here they come. Ohtani with a man at second. Strikes out looking. Mookie Betts is next. Come on, dude. That was a strike. Sit down. Mookie with an RBI single, scoring Michael Conforto. And Nationals fans are getting nervous.
Yeah, when you're playing the Dodgers, you see it building up. You see the tension arising. You see guys continue to put out good at-bats and give themselves a chance to come back into this game.
Tommy Edman makes it a 6-4 game. It's a 6-4 game here, I beg your pardon, with a Will Smith RBI single against Kyle Finnegan, who is working in his third straight game. Just a 2-run game. Kike Hernandez, the batter, has the go-ahead run, a swing and a miss. But
that at bat right there really stood out to me. Finnegan went right at him. 3 heaters right there challenged him.
There's still a 9th inning to play. 2-run game. Shohei Ohtani against Finnegan. Changeup misses. Breaking ball misses. We were watching this live, guys, and see why you said he wants nothing to do with him.
Going into the at bat, you're saying, okay, we're in a 2-run game, top of the 9th, 2 outs. I understand that you normally would not want to walk the tying run on, but when that tying run is Shohei Ohtani, who has a single, a triple, and a home run in the books already, you have to force Mookie Betts to beat you.
That was a chance for a cycle, by the way, for Shohei. You know it was on his mind. Mookie Betts with the ground ball. That's how it ends. The Nationals survive having 2 runners thrown out at third, a runner thrown out at the plate, and a kind of wobbly lead. Credit the Nats, man. They beat a juggernaut tonight by a final of 6-4. We all thought it was just a completion of the Dodgers cycle. They were going to come back and win, just like they did against the Braves on Wednesday when they were down 5-0. Give the Nats a little credit.
Definitely 100%. I think that last at bat against Shohei right there. I don't know why they missed a run and tried to pitch a run. I would have put it right away at first because you know the guy already showed 3 hits with the homers. You don't want to make a mistake, and he put another ball in the seat. So although he has an MVP on Mookie Betts, but I would have took the chance with Mookie like they did.
Yeah, at some point you got to pick it, but definitely props to the Nationals. Those young players are gritty, grindy, pitching well, playing well, aggressive, and not intimidated by the big bad Dodgers. So bravo to those guys.
Dodgers can be beat. They've lost 3 out of their last 4.
まだシーズン始まったところですが、期待を今年も何かやってくれそうなスタッツですよね。ドジャースも調子がよくかなり勝っているはずなのですが、リーグ西地区が魔境とかしていますね。首位が9勝2敗のパドレス、2位が8勝2敗のジャイアンツ、3位が9勝3敗のドジャース。レベルが高すぎますね。この戦いが今後どうなっていくのか非常に楽しみですね。本日もご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いいたします。